What if the answer to a massive problem, one that affects millions of people, was hiding in plain sight, inside a tradition that's hundreds of years old? Well, today we're going to look at a really simple but incredibly powerful idea that could change the future for a huge number of workers. Let's dive in.
So it all starts with this one word, Bayanihan. I want you to just picture this for a second. An entire community all coming together to literally lift a neighbor's house up onto their shoulders and carry it to a new location. I mean, it's just this incredible symbol of people working together, making sure that nobody gets left behind.
It's a beautiful thought, right? But for millions of people working all across Southeast Asia, that sense of community, that support system, it disappears the second they cross a border to find a job.
And we're not talking about a small number of people here. There are over 10 million migrant workers from places like Indonesia, Myanmar, and the Philippines. These are the folks who are really the invisible engine that powers the economies of the entire ASEAN region. They're the ones on construction sites, they're working in the hotels, they're caring for families, they are literally building the house. But here's the tragic irony. Once their job is done, they often can't actually enjoy the security that house is supposed to represent.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's pretty stark. On one side, you've got the host countries getting all these benefits, a boost to their economy, social contributions, a stable workforce. But for the workers themselves, it's a completely different story. They go home with almost no long-term security. The pension and benefits they worked so hard for? Gone. Their entire safety net is just left behind.
So how do you even begin to fix something like that? How do you make sure all that hard work actually adds up to a secure future? Well, what if the house itself, that whole foundation of security and benefits, what if it could travel with the worker?
And that, right there, is the big idea behind something called the Bayanihan model. It takes that old spirit of community support and completely reimagines it for the world we live in today.
The main goal here is to make what's called a worker's social house. All their accumulated benefits, their pension, their healthcare rights, completely portable. So instead of being stuck in one place, it gets packed up and it moves with them no matter where their job takes them.
Okay, that sounds fantastic, right? But how would it actually work in the real world? We're not talking about bamboo poles and strong shoulders this time around. We're talking about building some serious digital scaffolding.
And at the very heart of this whole thing is a digital platform called the ASEAN Social Security Clearinghouse. Just think of it like a regional bank for your benefits, a secure place that holds everything for you no matter which country you happen to be working in at the time. And the whole process is actually pretty simple. It really just boils down to 3 steps. First, you contribute. So let's say a worker from Myanmar is in Thailand. They pay into the local social security system just like anyone else. Second, the digital clearinghouse processes it. It securely records and manages every single one of those contributions. And third, you access it. When that worker finally goes back home to Myanmar, all those funds they built up are right there waiting for them. Now, the really clever part is that this is designed to work with the systems that are already in place, not get rid of them. Through what's called harmonization, this one digital system connects all the different national funds. And this is crucial. It respects national sovereignty. Countries don't have to change their laws. They just have to allow the transfers. And all of that makes the benefits truly portable because they're tied to the person, not the place they work.
But the impact here is so much bigger than just moving money around. It's really about changing how we think about the idea of a regional community and workforce.
What we're really looking at here is a fundamental shift in perspective. It's about moving away from seeing migrant workers as just a temporary commodity that can be used up and towards a new vision where they're seen as regional citizens, an essential part of the bigger ASEAN community. And listen, this isn't just about financial security either. A worker's most important asset is their skill. So the model also pushes for mutual recognition of skills, making sure a carpenter from the Philippines is valued as a carpenter in Malaysia. Their professional worth gets to travel with them too. So when you put this all together, what does it add up to? Well, it's about so much more than money. It's a system that fosters real human dignity. It helps create the kind of people-centered community that's talked about in the ASEAN Charter. It actually builds a regional neighborhood.
And that kind of leaves us with one last big thought. The original Bayanihan, it was deeply, deeply human. It was neighbors, face-to-face, working shoulder to shoulder. This new model, it depends on digital code and data. So the question we have to ask is, can a system like that really capture the same human spirit and build an even stronger, more connected community for our future?